Alrighty, so this is my revolutionary study in the future of martial arts. And it's based on just like the history of, just a huge error in practice. It's in the stance. Any kind of martial art you learn, anything, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, anything in the standing, boxing, kickboxing, they always start with the stance. And I think it's just for the ease of teaching, but it's stupid because there's only two instances in hand-to-hand combat that you should be in a stance. That's one, if you're finishing your opponent, or two, you're being finished. You shouldn't be stationary. That's an exception. You want to follow the rule. The rule is movement, right? All right, so there's no stance, okay? But any stance you ever learned, you're gonna find it. There's my little system here is there's like a rule of 4, okay? Anything you do, there's 4 variations. Whether it's an attack, defense, emotion, there's 4. All right, it's all based on 4 different movements. It's real simple. Forward, back, oh, hold on. Forward this way, back this way, back this way, forward this way. 4. So everything is done on this sort of 360 plane rule of movement. It's all in the movement. All right. So the first thing you want to get is the movement. You never want to be standing unless you're finishing or getting finished, right? Because a moving target is hardest to hit. Before you hit, you don't want to get hit. You want to be conscious and prepared. You can't attack if you're unconscious. So you need to be a hard target to hit. So it's really motion and defense. Yeah, motion is key. So you just have to be proficient. I mean, you could just start practicing. All right, so ideally, you do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself, but ideally, if you have a partner, it's perfect because you can switch on and off. And in this motion, in this thing of 4, there's 2 aspects to practice. One, in the motion, right? In the motion of 4, or if you want to practice all these elements of 4, the advanced level would be the stationary exercise. This would represent the stationary. Obviously, he's not going to practice. I'll be doing the motion, right? I'll be doing the motion, right? And if you have a partner, he'll be practicing the more advanced. It's more like, like a real freaking master that would just stand there. And that would just stand there, and wherever the opponent or opponents are, he, as a master, he knows all the different, in any situation, you've got 4. You can either take one here, right? One here, or one there. Think of it that way. And remember, in every attack, you've got all the variations on this side. What do you have? 1, 2, basically, 3, 4. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just think of that. So that's 4 times 4. 4 times 4 attacks. Right? It's up to you to kind of, I'm telling you everything you need to know. It's real simple, but you're going to have to maybe write it down. But it's real simple. It's 4. It's a rule of 4. Right? And so if you have a partner, one starts here. So wherever this guy moves, the guy standing is going to have, there's going to be, out of the 4, there's going to be an exact, absolute answer of the 4. It's like a multiple selection, multiple choice question. There's going to be one answer. If I'm standing here and someone's right there, bap. Someone right here, bap, right? Someone back there, bap, bap. All right? So that's simple enough, right? If you can just stand there in your head and just imagine, someone pops up right there, bap, right? It gets a little trickier though when there's movement involved. Because if he's there and he's moving here, well then it's this. If he's there and he's moving there, then it's that. Get my point? All right. So that's it. So the first thing, if you have a partner, it's always good. Start with a partner. The guy with the easier job is just to do the movement. you're gonna have, and you want, this, the most difficult part of this, you might want to start with movement. But however you move, you want to have a sense of defense. And the best way to learn your defense that would be kickboxing, right? Muay Thai kickboxing. And whenever you practice, you never just want to this is traditional. And, people, swear by traditional. I don't hit pads. I never hit pads. But I don't ever just hit as if an opponent, you're training your mind to just attack as if that's going to be realistic. It's not. If anything, you should be training, imagining being hit. So every time when I move, right? When I move around the bag, I'm always imagining someone's hitting me, right? Someone's hitting me, kicking. So there's always something going on. And adjust it to your level. Maybe when you start, you want to just get the motion, right? Well, when you move forward, how do you do that in martial arts? There's like a prerequisite. You got a little basic understanding. What would you do? What would be suitable for forward motion, right? It would be like karate, right? That's something you might do comfortably in karate, taekwondo. Right? And then, I guess taekwondo and karate have the back attacks, right? Now, I'm not going to get into the striking, but there's a rule in the 4. All right, so I'm going to finish up here. So you want to practice moving all 4 directions with a sense of defense. Refer to your Muay Thai sensei for defense, proper defense. But just use your own brain for a little bit and imagine strikes coming here, right? Like when you're moving forward like this, you're pretty good. Your backside is very protected. You can get kicked in the leg. Your leg will just do that, right? You're very protected from here. It's just that you're a little blind, right? But okay. There's a super advantage. This is always the exception, right? That's why when people switch stances, not switch stances, but throw back attacks, it's like an exceptional thing. It's something they have to think about. It should never be something you think about. It should just be a natural part, dependent on where you're moving, how you're moving, right? If I happen to be moving here, right, there's my back. That's my back. It's just natural. It all depends. Because I might not be here. I might switch this way. Now it's this. And now we're back. It all depends on the movement. Okay? It all depends on the movement. So you want to get its movement first. Get comfortable with the 4 directions. We're going forward, backwards, forwards, right? Backwards. And with defense in mind. That's how you prepare. You're never going to be able to attack if you're knocked out. So you want to get proficient as a moving defensive target. All right, before I finish up here, the last thing I'll leave you with, because if you're quick and you get this stuff, you want to start hitting, it's kind of simple. You don't have to think about it. If you're moving forward, are you going to go and attack forward? No. If you're going forward, you attack back. If you're moving back, you attack forward. And remember, whatever your attack is, how many do you have? You got 4. You got 4. This is you have 4 and 5. What's 5? Close range grappling. That's your transition to grappling, which is a whole other thing, right? But this will get you right up to the grapple. That's pretty sweet, isn't it? Got a little notification. Anyway, so that's it. I mean, it's that simple. If you got what I just told you in what is this, past 6 minutes or so, this is an underlayment. I'm not going to tell you how to throw a proper punch or block, kick. I'm showing you the underlayment that should be under any combat sports. It should be underneath it, and it's been non-existent. This is fucking revolutionary. Oh Man, I'm sweaty. It's Southwest Florida out here. But yeah, I mean, it should be there, and I would expect it should be within 10 to 15 years, maybe. If not, I don't know. I don't know. Why don't people find me? I should be a coach for this. Just this class. It doesn't even take long to learn. But that should who's harder to fight? Someone that just stands like this, the whole time, and it's like they occasionally go, aha, I just changed things up. Oh, ooh, I switched stances. I never do that. It's part of the movement. So that's it. You're welcome. All right, bye.